Hello, good morning, happy Monday. We're going to start our chair mind body connection in about 1 minute. I highly suggest bringing any pillows or blankets or anything like that to make yourself comfortable. You definitely had a request for just a mental break. People are stressed. There's a lot of things going on, a lot of changes, and people just want a chance to just kind of disconnect for a little while. So that's what we're going to do today. So I'm going to grab my pillow, hang out and chill, but we're going to start very, very shortly. Grab things that are comfortable for you that you can really kind of let go and hang out and chill with me. 1 minute till we start. So my name's Jen. Welcome. Chair Mind Body Connection is just a quiet time where we can be in a chair or on the ground, where we just kind of stretch, we relieve some tension in our muscles, in our body, in our mind, all without having to change clothes, get out of our desk. I mean, I highly suggest getting off of your desk, getting out of your desk chair, things like that. But I know sometimes you can't. So this is the class for you. We don't do anything with the wrists. We don't do anything with the knees. It's very chill and relaxed. So, as I said already today, we're going to spend some time relaxing. We're going to take some time meditating. We're going to take some time breathing. But we're also going to go through our stretches and things like that. So you can feel refreshed mentally and physically. But the big thing that I have for today's class is the mental relaxation, refocus, and redirecting to something else, hopefully, to you. So here we're going to just take 2 minutes, 2 or 3 minutes, relaxing. You want to put like a blanket around you, put a pillow in your lap, anything like that, to just shut off the mind and worry about your breathing. You may do whatever type of breathing you want. You can do a 7-second breath, which is in 7 seconds, hold for 7 seconds, out for 7 seconds. I've done that quite a few times in this class. You can do an alternate nostril breathing if you can breathe with your allergies and just respiratory stuff going around. So you're going to breathe in through one nostril, out the other, and you're just going to literally just close off the other nostril with a finger. Or you can just worry about like a 3-part breath where you're breathing in, it's going in through your mouth, through your chest, into your belly, bringing the belly out, coming back in and back out. That's going to be the easiest way to go, but you can pick the one that works best for you. And if you're like, no, I don't want to do any of those, just literally close your eyes and take nice, big, deep breaths, and then just worry about that. So that's where we're going to start today. Let's take about 2.5 minutes just to do that. All I want you to focus on is the next 20 minutes. Not even for the whole rest of class. I just want you to worry about the next 20 minutes. I am a horrible worrier. I'm a planner that I like to plan every possible thing. And I'm just really trying to redirect myself to worry about just the day. Don't worry about tomorrow. Don't worry about the next day. Your focus is on today. And even more, your focus is on this chunk of the day. So this morning, lunchtime, the afternoon, evening. Break it down to as little chunks as you need to, but literally just worry about the next 20 minutes. And then when that 20 minutes is up, we'll worry about the next 20 minutes. few more breaths. Okay, lift that head and then just turn one way. Stretch out the side of the neck. And the other way. Back to the center. Take your hand, put it on your head, and just use the weight of gravity and the weight of your hand. Just light stretch. Okay, and release. Other side. Release. Look up towards the ceiling. And look down to the floor. Release, come on up. I'm going to pop my pillow over to the side so I still have the chance to grab it a little later. I'm going to scooch a little forward in my chair, and I'm just going to do some hip circles. And I'm going to switch. All right, other side. Other way. Beautiful. Switch to the other side again, and all we're just going to do is bend that knee. Just bend and straighten. Nice and easy, nothing crazy today. Just getting those joints moving, getting those joints stretched. That's our goal. Other side. I posted a 30-minute seated sun salutation series last week while I was out getting my COVID shot. It's a really great 30-minute in and out bit and relax. That's a great one to have bookmarked for any point in time. I find it very helpful. Cross the leg and work that ankle. I find it very helpful when I just need a little bit of time. You don't have to do the full 30 minutes. You can definitely break it down into even less time than that. And switch sides, a 10-minute bit, a 15-minute bit, a 20-minute bit, anything like that. And if you're comfortable doing it by yourselves, by all means, but sometimes it's helpful just to have something in the background going and switch as a way to kind of keep time and just a way to be like, no, I really need to do this now. And switch directions. Beautiful. Let's cross that leg and lean forward. My sweatshirt bunched up here. And come on up and cross that leg, point those toes forward and lean on it. Other leg. We're crossing over first and leaning on in. And then we're coming on up, cross that leg, point those toes, and lean on in. Beautiful. Come back up. Cross one more time. And that's final twist. So my left leg is crossed. I'm going to put my right hand on top. My left hand goes on my tailbone. Sitting up nice and tall, and I'm rotating. And release. Other side. Cross it over. Other arm. And rotate. Come back to the center. All right, mental break time. Come to a position that's comfortable for you. 2 minutes. Literally, all you're going to do is count to yourself. You're going to close your eyes, and you're going to go 1, 2, 3. However fast you want to count. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, however you want to do it. All you're going to worry about is closing your eyes and counting. And I'm going to watch out for 2 minutes. That's all I want you to do. Focus on nothing else. And begin. Almost there. All right, and come back into yourself. Put any props down. And scooch forward in your chair. All we're gonna do is lean forward and back, kind of warming up, letting some movement come in to our torso. And then come back to the center and left and right, not falling off our chair. So obviously we can hold on if we want to. Just get some movement. You know, a lot of times you have to have our cameras on for meetings, but sometimes if you don't, get some movement in. Let's go around in a circle. We're moving from the hips here. You need to scooch a little farther forward in your chair, that's fine. And let's switch direction. All right, now come back to the center and I want you to move just from your waist. So if you want to physically put your hands there, so you can feel where you're moving, I think that's a great option. And let's go the other way. One more time around. All right, I'm going to turn sideways so you can see, but I want you to scooch forward enough in your chair or turn sideways. Put your hands on your back. I just want you to look up toward the ceiling and you're doing like a little tiny back bend. You can adjust your hands however you'd like. Some people like more fist versus palm, that's okay too. And then release. Let's just draw one hand to the side and we're just gonna reach down, touch the floor, not really, but maybe you can touch your pillow. Other side. Two more. We're gonna go back to side A again. We're gonna lift down and then lift up towards your armpit. So it's almost like you're pulling on a really big pair of heavy pants, like clown pants or fireman's pants, something that's like really big and potentially heavy. Slowly down, pick them up to the armpits. Two more. Release. Other side. Reach down, pick them up to the armpit. Two more. Beautiful. Let's do some shoulder rolls. Big motions. Just back and down. Sitting up nice and tall and never holding our breath. And the other way. Bringing those shoulders up really high next to those ears and drop them. One more like that. Up, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Drop. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Drop. Two more. Up and down. Up and down. All right. Grab your comfort prop. We're going to do some lion's breath during this time period. So you can do as many lion's breaths as you want. I want you to do at least one though. So a lion's breath is when you make a really big, wide face, like those lions that are like the outside of public libraries, like type of thing. You can bring your hand into it if you want, you don't have to. But you're gonna make your face super wide and intense. Stick your tongue out, make a big noise, and then release, and then do it again. I need you to do at least one. I would prefer 3 or 4, but at least one. And if you're around somewhere where you're like, I don't want to make that noise, don't worry about it. Don't worry about the noise. Just do the motion. After that, I want you to put your tongue on the roof of your mouth, and I want you to just breathe for the duration of our little refresh time here. Sounds good? All right, let me check our time. All right, so close your eyes. I won't see you doing your lion's breath. You won't see me doing your lion's breath. It's totally cool, but you need to do at least one. I think I'm gonna do 5. I like number 5 today, but you need to do at least one. And then relax, close your eyes, tongue on the roof of your mouth. All right, let's go. Focus for these couple minutes is really to relax your face and your jaw and your mind. All right. Open those eyes, bring the tongue back down. Unless you want to keep it out there, that's totally fine. So we did our lower body, we did our torso, we did our head and neck. Let's work on our arms and shoulders. So take one arm, bring it back behind, and I have my little hand popping out over here. Sitting up nice and tall, pulling that shoulder back and down. And then switching out, other side. Let's peek in right here. All right, switching to the opposite side, walking that hand up. So you're trying to reach the shoulder blade. Same thing, shoulder back and down, opening up that chest, straight, flat back. Other side. And one side's going to be different from the other, no worries. Release, bring one arm over the top of your chest and hug on in there. We're supporting this straight arm with this bent arm. And we're going to give ourselves a big pat on the back, squeeze everything in. And then lift those elbows up. Okay, release. Shake it out. Other side, bringing it across, and I'm supporting this arm. This arm is nice and loose here. I'm supporting it. And then I'm giving myself a big hug. And then I'm bringing those elbows up. And release. Shake it out. Eagle arms. Bring those arms in front. Loop the right arm under. Palms facing or not, your choice. And then lift those elbows. And release. Other way, other arm loops under. Elbows up high. Release. I want you to fold forward. I want you to let those arms hang. I want you to open up those shoulder blades. So they're going to open up just by gravity and fall forward. That's what I want. So we're not having any sort of prop there to keep those shoulder blades together. We want them to really open up. And let that upper body just hang. And then come up halfway, bring your hands on your thighs, and lift the body up, straight back. And turn and face one way just a little bit, slight little torso twist. and slight little torso twist, can't talk. And back to the center, sit back on your seat, relax. Okay, so take your hands, grab your palms, and then pull one hand over to the side. So whatever hand is on top, in this case my left hand's on top, I'm going to pull that left hand in. And I'm going to rotate, if I need to, left or right to feel a stretch on my forearm of this top arm. And then we're going to release. We're going to switch it out. Other arms on top. And then we're going to pull. And you might need to adjust left or right, depending, like one side you may need to pull in a little bit more than the other. Totally fine. And release. All right, let's do some finger. So we're going to have our hands hanging out in front of us, fingers up, and then fingers are going to come in and out and in and up. And then if that feels good, we're going to go all the way down the palm before we come out. And then come on up. Thumb comes to each finger. Now thumb goes to each finger base. So the thumb is doing all the work here. And then make a giant fist with the thumbs on top. Release, jazz hands. Thumb on top. Release. Thumb on top. Release. Thumb inside. Release. Thumb inside. Release. And thumb inside. Release. Now let's take one hand and do some ranges of motion. Left, right, up, down, turning an invisible doorknob up, turning an invisible doorknob down, all the motions that you can do from your rest. I want you to do them now, just on one side, so you can really focus on if there's any creaking or cracking, or you feel any sort of pinching or pulling, you know. And then when that side's done, other side, all the motions, left, right, up, down, high doorknob, low doorknob, all the way through. See what's cracking on this side or not cracking on this side. Is there a difference between your dominant hand and non? Do you make fists in your sleep? Do you sleep with your arms above your head? Do you do anything that impinges the blood flow to your hands or your arms? And then release. Let's just walk or glide those hands down the leg and back. So we're going in and back with the shoulders, but our back stays straight. Now let's come out to the side. Little motions. And bigger motions. And biggest motions. Come back and just pulse, moving those arms back, working the shoulders back. Palms in, one hand and the other, little bicep motions. Flip the palms facing away, bicep motions. Beautiful. Bring those elbows up behind you. Kick one back and then the other back. Our palms are facing in. Now face those palms back. Face those palms front. And face those palms out the other way. It's a little awkward, I know. And release. Beautiful. All right, spinal twist. Holding it for a little longer. So legs are crossed, or they're crossed that way, either way. We're going to twist and hold for 10 slow breaths each side. All right, so get comfy in your twist. Let's come the other way. Take your time, get situated, don't rush. And breathe. Come back to the center. If you can, bring your feet up onto your chair. You're gonna hug your knees in. If you can't, just adjust yourself as much as you can to make yourself into a ball and drop that head. And then slowly roll it on up. Let's do some nice neck, this muscle here, this body part here. Little smileys. So down and up, little half circles, smileys, whatever you want to call them. And then do the top half, up and over. in the whole circle, go around one way, pause at the top, and go around the other way. One more each way. And then come back to the center. All right, last little exercise, which may seem a little weird. We're gonna look different directions, but our whole body's gonna stay still. So I want you to look to an imaginary 1 o'clock. And then I want you to look to an imaginary 5 o'clock. Look to an imaginary 7 o'clock. And then look to an imaginary 11 o'clock. Look at 6 o'clock. And 12 o'clock. 3 o'clock. And 9 o'clock. And then go all the way, a big circle one way and a big circle the other way. Do not move with your face. One more each direction. And release. I know it's weird how many times you really stretch your eyeballs. You probably don't. You probably are always focused on one part of the screen. So it's really good to just kind of move them around. All right, our final 3 minutes is our final relaxation time. So grab your prop if you have one. And we're going to take these last 3 minutes just to decompress one more time. Hopefully, we're able to only focus on that first 20 minutes and that second 20 minutes. We have our 3 minutes here, and then you can focus on the next 20 minutes or the next hour, however you want to break it down. But just try today, see if you can just focus on that meeting, that class, that report. I invite you to stay here as long as you're able to. Otherwise, if you're ready to go, I understand. Blink your eyes open nice and slow. And we are done with today's Chair, Mind, Body. Thank you so much for spending the time with me. Have a great day, and I'll see you next Monday.